Please choose your field of work, your career options, your profession very carefully. It's just not whatever my friends are choosing, whatever my family is suggesting. Everybody is saying I must go to this engineering college, so I go there. Please don't do that. Understand who you are. Understand what is it that you feel passionate about every morning when you get up. Build your career accordingly. Please don't have this misplaced career options. Don't do that. That will create havoc even if the workload is not there.
Pranam Gurudev. This question is asked by Gaurav ji from Gurgaon. And he's asking that with recent reports of corporate employees facing fatal consequences due to stress, it raises an important question. Is it truly just stress, or is it the deeper discontent that leads to stress? After all, many entrepreneurs they work for 80 to 90 hours a week or maybe more. Yet, rarely they seem to complain. What is the difference? How can one manage themselves in a way that enables them to handle external pressures, whether from the workplace, relationship, or society, without it leading to such extreme outcomes?
There's been a lot of reports and news talking about corporate stress and work pressure these days, which is causing a lot of physical as well as mental well-being issues in the institutions. Let's understand a few important pointers today, Gaurav. I'm glad you asked this question. Number one, stress and pressure is part of life. Let's first accept that. Let's not create any rosy picture in the mind that, life is just like a surfing on the water kind of a thing. Before you learn to surf on the water, you fall many a times. You have to build the muscles. Your core muscles have to be very strong if you really want to surf the water. Your balance has to be very strong if you really want to surf the water. And once you're able to do that, then the life becomes a smooth sailing. But life in itself, if you look at life as an overall thing, stress and pressure is part of life. If that's not there, you'll not build your muscles. Yeah. So that's the first note that I want to share with you, that it's part of life. Now, where is the problem? Problem number one. There's a word called Karam Kshetra in Hindi, which is the field of work. There's another word called Yuddha Kshetra, which is field of war, the battleground. We've confused these two and we've created havoc. What we've really done, we've replaced our Karma Kshetra and we've started treating it as Yuddha Kshetra. We've started treating our field of work as a battleground. I meet a lot of corporate CEOs and do some work with them, do some retreats and sessions with them. I'm surprised that many times boardrooms are called war rooms. I'm sorry, it's a wrong understanding. Boardrooms are not war rooms. Business is not a yuddha kshetra, it's not a battleground. It's a karma kshetra, field of work, where you just create something, you just create some products, or it's a field of work. Who has put this thought? I think it's a Western thought, which has come and which has created havoc in the lives of institutions by creating it as a battleground. No, we are not at war. In business, in our offices, in our institutions, please understand, we are not at war. We are doing vyapara with business. That's all we are doing. It's a field of karma, it's a field of work. That's the first understanding we need to correct. It's not a battleground, right? Now, the other element here, Gaurav, is anything that you love a lot, you're passionate about, any work, any activity that you love and you're passionate about. Now, no matter how much time and effort and energy you put in that work, it will not cause you any stress because that is your love affair. You are passionate about this. It will not cause you stress. Yeah. Which means Probably we are doing things which we are not loving. Misplaced. Everything has become probably misplaced. We are doing a finance job while my heart says I must play guitar, I must be a musician. But for some reason, some pressure, some unknown conditions, I've been forced to do finance. Now, finance will cause me a lot of stress because my internal wiring is not prepared for that. I don't love it. Anything that you don't love, even if I ask you to do for an hour, it is a hell for you. We get people whose bodies are not flexible. We ask them make bodies flexible, otherwise there'll be a lot of health issues. We ask them to do some yoga. We train them on doing some yoga abhyasa, and I tell you that even half an hour of physical activity is like hell for them. They just want to sit, don't want to do it because they don't love sweating it out. On the other hand, we have people, if they don't practice 2 hours of yoga abhyas every day, they feel something is missing in their life. What's the difference? These people who do 2 hours of active physical asana based yoga abhyasa and sweat it out, they love that. They're passionate about it. They don't feel any stress. For them, it's the joy of life. For the other, even 30 minutes of very light body movements, body asanas is hell to them. So that's the point number two. Please choose your field of work, your career options, your profession very carefully. It's just not whatever my friends are choosing, whatever my family is suggesting. Everybody is saying I must go to this engineering college, so I go there. Please don't do that. Understand who you are. Understand what is it that you feel passionate about every morning when you get up. Build your career accordingly. Please don't have this misplaced career options. Don't do that. That will create havoc even if the workload is not there. I know so many people, there is no workload that they have, but they keep cribbing about the work that they're doing. Why? Because they just don't love it. So that's where the problem number two arises. Do you love what you're doing? If not, there's a problem. Number three. You see, what does stress really mean? Let's look at that. Stress basically means inability to handle something. That's what stress is all about. You go to a gym. Day one, you start to weight. You start to do heavy weights. Your muscles are not ready for that. There will be a lot of stress to the muscles, and they will pain and ache. They'll become stiff, and they'll become so stiff, and the pain will be so much that next couple of days you'll not be able to go to the gym back again. Why? You did not prepare your body mind properly. So stress is like that. If you give small doses of stress to your muscles every day in the gym, small doses, the muscles start to build itself. And you see, your mind is also a muscle. Your attitude is also a muscle. Your habit is also a muscle. With small doses of stress, you build these muscles so that you're able to then handle large doses of stress. So there is a problem. We're not preparing ourselves. We're not preparing ourselves well enough. To give you an example of this, I meet a lot of people in the corporate world. They do a lot of mental, cerebral work. Their minds are engaged a lot. Yes, very good. That's the requirement of their job. They think mind is a solo component, no connection with the body. They are overweight, they're obese, they're this, they're that. What are you doing? You thought the mind is a solo instrument which will just do your work that your organization wants you to do. You're not supporting it with the supportive body. There's a problem. There's an absolute problem. Because in the spiritual traditions, Gaurav, we always use this term mind body. We never say mind alone, body alone. It's mind body or body mind. Go to the institution, see what people are eating. When their body does not want, they give them a cup of coffee. When their body does not want, they give it a samosa. When the body does not want, somebody's birthday is there and sandwiches are coming, they just keep sitting. It's not because of lots of work. They can move, they can do some desk yoga. They need to move their body. They don't go out in the sun. They are so habitual in sitting in the air condition. They're not receiving the energy from the solar system. They're disconnected from all of this. They're not even touching the ground. Their body's electromagnetic circuit is broken. Do you see the problem? You, because of the lifestyle that you have created for yourself, your body's connection with the larger cosmic body called nature is broken. Once that is broken, your body's connection with its own unit called mind is getting broken. These are broken systems within an individual that we are creating. And these broken systems cannot handle even an iota of stress. The problem. Your job, your career, your profession does not mean you don't look at the instrument which is making it work. So I see a lot of people are ignoring the instrument. We now conduct programs in the corporate, integrated well-being programs. We're just going there teaching them. If you don't work with this instrument, if you don't set your dincharya properly, if you don't connect with nature, if you don't work with your food, there is a deep problem. Then no matter how light is your work in your organization, it will still cause you stress because your system is disrupting. You're creating it a broken system. Just a small example. I meet a lot of people and I see how much water do you drink every day. And they say classic statement I get from them. Oh, we forget to drink water. We're so engrossed in the work, we forget to drink water. Now your boss will not come and knock on your cabin or your head saying that, hello, it's time to drink a glass of water, please do that. He's not going to come or she's not going to come and do that for you. That's basic. Which means your awareness is not inside the body, it has just gone somewhere else. And then you will complain about stress. Sorry, there's a problem. You're not taking the system, you're not maintaining the system well. We need to do that. And Gaurav, I'm also very mindful of the current world realities, reality of the current job, business, career, profession world. I know the reality there. Because of that, you have to be extra cautious now because the system is becoming very transaction oriented, not transformation oriented. Institutions are becoming a lot of institutions, not all, becoming like a machine. They're losing the soul. At one level, we individual are losing our soul. At another level, the larger institution, the collective institution are losing their soul. We are becoming a machine. The institution is becoming a machine. When we become a machine, when institution is becoming just like a robotic machine, we need to be extra cautious at this time. 20, 30, 50 years ago, there was a time when institutions had a lot of soul in them. They had an ecosystem to take care of people in a very human way. Now, they do take care of the people most of the time in a mechanical way. There was a time 50 years ago when we used to take care of our own self in a very human way. Now, we also take care of ourselves in a very mechanical way. Working dinners, working lunch, lunch on the go, sandwich in the car, coffee on the go. Have you seen any other animal do that? On the go lunches, always running around. No, they don't do that. When they eat, they eat. They enjoy their meal. When was the last time you enjoyed your meal? Beyond two bites of the first taste, which just stimulated your taste buds, and that's the end of it. Then everything became robotic, mechanical. The awareness was even either in the discussion, in the meeting, or on the TV, or on the mobile, or in the thoughts. When we conduct these programs, Gaurav, we make it a point. When these teams of 30 people in the organization, 20 people in the organization, when they sit to eat during the program, they must not talk to each other. They must eat in quiet. And you know what they tell us after that? Is that this is the first time they've enjoyed this meal so much. And it's the same meal that they eat every day. It's out of their own mess, their own canteen of the organization. It's the same. Today, it tasted a lot better to them. They also say that today, after eating, they're not feeling heaviness in the body. Why? They chew the food properly. They also say that today, we feel that we've eaten less than our usual meal because you were eating mindfully. You can't eat more. You can't eat more than your hunger. But if you don't eat mindfully, while talking, discussion, you tend to eat a lot. Do you think all of these things are not causing stress to you? Then you're mistaken. Each one of these things is building onto your stress. And then I can't even talk about the rest, the sleep. Most of my corporate friends, most of them have the habit of going to bed with their phone or the machine laptop. They are on the screen. If your body is not getting enough regenerating sleep, do you think it's not adding to the stress? It is big time adding to the stress. Please maintain the discipline. This is on us. Now, on the organization side, yes, I agree. Organization needs to be more human. They need to build an ecosystem around. They need to create a culture where everything is human. They don't ask their people to overstress or work on the weekends or work late nights. No, it's a wrong practice. It's absolutely a wrong practice. If your superiors, your bosses are inhumane to you in terms of allocating access work to you, there is a problem. You must oppose that. And please don't understand organizations are separate and you as an individual are separate. You as a collective of individuals are creating these institutions, nobody else. Talk to the institution. Set the systems right, set the cultures right, talk to your superiors, talk to your colleagues, talk to your subordinates. But before that happens, Gaurav, the onus does not lie on the institution. The onus lies on you because it's your life. It's not institution's life. It's your life we are talking about. So the onus must start from you. If you don't set your discipline right, you don't have the right to blame anybody else. If five of your colleagues are sitting and having a discussion in the or having a meeting and it's 6:30 in the evening or 7 p.m. in the evening, you don't need to drink another cup of coffee at that time. Your body does not need that. It's a habitual behavior that we are doing. Because everybody is doing, we are also doing that. Please listen to your own body mind carefully. These are some of the ways I'm suggesting, Gaurav, which will help you as an individual to develop your stress muscle, to develop your resilience against the stress. Let me put it that way. To develop the muscle of resilience against any stress. And please remember, stress is just not in the mind. Whatever you're doing to the body, you're not giving it enough sleep, enough rest, you are overfeeding it, you're not breathing properly, you're disconnecting from nature. That stress is building in the body, and body mind is one unit. Please understand that. It's just that when the stress happens in the mind, that is when you realize it. But it's already happening in the muscles, on your neck, on your lower back. It's all adding on. And that's the reason we're falling sick. That's that's a classic reason we're all falling sick. The society is becoming sick, ill. It's an ill society that we are creating. So we need to fix that very quickly. And lastly, before I end this is an important topic. I'm taking little extra time here. Lastly, life, Gaurav, is all about balance. Learn from your own body. Your perfect balance temperature is 98.4. Your body is telling you that. If you become excessive, 4 or 5 degrees here extra plus or 4 or 5 degrees minus extra, there's a deep problem that we have. Body is constantly telling you, I am tuned to live in balance. Your mind is telling you, I am tuned to live in balance. Please don't become obsessive. And we become obsessive in a way. It's 10 o'clock. I'm on my bed. The day is over. My habit tells me, no, no, please look at the social media. My habit nudged me, oh no, there must be an important mail. The world is not going to change in those 2 hours if you don't look at your phone or your news on the TV. The world will remain the way it is. But if you watch media for those 2 hours, your body is totally then out of sync. Yeah, that's the balance we're talking about. The balance of some of these pointers. Maintain this healthy balance. Anything that you do in obsessive, I must do that, there's a problem. Obsession means you are moving away from the center of balance and moving to an ati, an extreme zone. Shri Krishna said in Gita very beautifully, all extremes are a problem. Extreme rest is a problem. Extreme deprivation of sleep is a problem. Extreme hunger is a problem. If you just don't eat for many days, there's a problem. Extreme fasting is a problem. But extreme indulgence in food is also a problem. Extreme restfulness is a problem. Extreme activity with the body is also a problem. Because a yogi or life sustains in a balance. Everything around you, see, life is a certain balance. Let's not blame it on the institutions while we have the responsibility on our own to first set our own institution right and then influence the external institution. That's the way it will work. Yeah. Think on some of these points. And the last point I would say on this is we have forgotten, Gaurav, how to laugh. We've made, as I said earlier, where I started this pointers from, we've made life into a Yuddha Kshetra, not just the field of work in the business. We've created our own life as a Yuddha Kshetra, as if we are in a battlefield all the time. In the battlefield, people don't laugh, you know. Life is not a battlefield. And job is part of just a small segment of your life. You're not born just to create a career. Just that's one beautiful part of your life. Even when you're performing that part, laugh. When you're not performing that part, you're with your family, laugh. You're sitting alone, smile. Yeah, don't take life too seriously. Yeah, and that's the end statement I would end here with. Learn to laugh. Everything in life comes and goes. Learn to laugh in this center bindu called the balance of life, and the stresses will not disturb you anymore. Hope it helps. Thank you.